Construction is back. Concrete is pouring once again in Jeddah. After 7 years of silence, cranes are finally moving, lights are back on at the site, and construction workers and machinery are working diligently. The structure that was once frozen in time is climbing skyward again. This isn't just another skyscraper restarting. This is a building designed to rise more than 1 kilometer into the sky. For context, it is to be taller than the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the tallest building humanity has ever built. As work recommences, the tower has already reached around 70 completed floors, standing roughly 260 meters tall with 45% of the concrete already in place. Crews are now adding one new floor every 3 to 4 days, working day and night in what has become a vertical construction factory. Every concrete pour, every steel placement, every crane movement signals something that once seemed impossible, but now confirmed. The Jeddah Tower is back. When completed, the building is expected to surpass 1,000 meters in height. Just so you get the clear picture, that's roughly 3 Eiffel Towers stacked on top of each other. From ground level, the tower already dominates the skyline. But this is still only about 1/3 of its final height. What's rising now is just the beginning of a structure that will literally disappear into the clouds eventually. The goal is to reach full completion around 2028, a timeline that reflects both urgency and caution. Unlike typical skyscrapers, this project isn't just about speed. It's about surviving forces no building has ever faced before: wind loads at extreme altitude, material limits, structural stability, and human comfort. What makes this moment historically significant isn't just the height. It's the fact that this tower was once considered lost. For years, it stood unfinished, abandoned, and uncertain, becoming a symbol of stalled ambition. Now that construction is fully active again, Jeddah Tower is no longer a what-if. It's a live experiment in pushing the boundaries of architecture, engineering, and human imagination, and this time, it's moving upward again. The 7-year freeze construction on Jeddah Tower began in 2013 with the ambitious goal of building the world's first kilometer-high skyscraper. At the time, it was billed as a vertical city, a structure that would house offices, luxury residences, a hotel, and the world's highest observation deck. Everything was on track, plans were drawn, foundations were poured, the core started to rise, and cranes dotted the desert skyline, signaling one of the most ambitious engineering projects in history. Everything seemed to be going on just fine. Then, almost overnight, it all stopped. In 2017, work came to an abrupt halt. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, one of the tower's primary investors through his Kingdom holding company, was detained as part of a sweeping anti-corruption campaign initiated by the king. Dozens of high-profile figures, including government ministers, businessmen, and other members of the royal family, were detained in what the Saudi authorities described as an effort to combat corruption and financial mismanagement. At the same time, the Saudi Bin Laden Group, the main contractor responsible for building Jeddah Tower, was removed from the project. Bakr bin Laden, the company's chairman, was among those detained during the same anti-corruption sweep. The removal of the company and its leadership caused immediate disruption. Workers left the site, construction contracts were paused, and cranes froze mid-air. Equipment and partially completed sections of the tower were exposed to harsh desert conditions for months, raising concerns about structural durability. For the next 7 years, Jeddah Tower remained one of the world's most famous unfinished megaprojects. From a distance, it became a symbol of stalled ambition, and in the global architecture and engineering community, it was widely discussed not as a marvel in progress, but as a what could have been. The prolonged pause also created technical challenges. Leaving a partially completed structure idle for years introduces risks. Concrete can crack due to thermal cycling, steel components can corrode, and mechanical and electrical systems can deteriorate. Every engineer knew that restarting the project wouldn't just mean picking up where they left off, it meant assessing every inch of what was already built, testing its integrity, and making sure it could withstand the desert for decades to come. Despite these challenges, inspections carried out before the project's restart in 2025 confirmed that the original structural core remained intact. The 7-year freeze tested not only the material's resilience, but also the foresight of the original engineers. While construction had stopped, the tower's foundation and core demonstrated remarkable durability, providing a strong base for the eventual continuation of the project. When work resumed, it was clear Jeddah Tower was no longer a paused dream. It was a live project, ready to reclaim its place as one of the most ambitious and technically complex structures on the planet. The shape that defeats the wind. Looking up at the tower's silhouette, it's not just tall, It's a Y-shaped giant rising from the desert, 3 wings stretching upward, inspired by plants. Every curve, every taper, carefully planned. This isn't decoration, it's architecture at its best. At this height, wind isn't something you feel. It's something that can shake a building apart. Gusts swirl around a kilometer-high tower in ways most people can't imagine. Vortexes form, sway increases. Conventional skyscrapers would wobble dangerously. But the Jeddah Tower? Its shape fights the wind. Each wing breaks up the air. It channels it. The tower moves with the breeze rather than against it. Engineers didn't leave this to guesswork. The tower underwent 3 separate wind tunnel tests, including scale models and sophisticated aeroelastic simulations. Simply put, these tests mimic real-world wind conditions, from desert storms to high-altitude gusts, to ensure the tower can remain stable, even at its full height of over 1,000 meters. They measured sway, torque, and pressure across the building's exterior, adjusting angles and setbacks until the forces were safely managed. And it's not just the shape. Every notch in the exterior, every setback, every taper has a purpose. It's a building designed to interact with the air around it, channeling wind along its curves instead of letting it push and pull unpredictably. The plant-inspired Y-shape is literally a blueprint for survival against forces humans rarely experience on this scale. This section of the tower might not look like much to someone casually observing from afar, but every angle, every curve is a calculated response to the invisible forces of nature, forces that grow stronger with every meter the building climbs toward the sky. The structure and foundation. Everything you see above ground only tells half the story. The real strength of Jeddah Tower starts below your feet. Its ability to rise a full kilometer depends on a foundation and structure engineered to handle immense weight, desert heat, and fierce winds. The building has a concrete core that rises about 600 meters. Above that, the top 400 meters are made of steel. There are no traditional columns. The walls themselves carry the tower's massive load. Every part of the structure is carefully planned to keep it standing tall and safe. Now, the foundation. What's under the ground is just as important. The tower sits on a 5-meter-thick concrete base supported by 270 deep piles, each going over 100 meters into the desert soil. That's even deeper than Burj Khalifa's foundation. Engineers studied the ground for months to make sure it could hold all that weight. If the soil settles unevenly, the tower could tilt, so every pile is carefully placed to keep it stable. And the materials themselves? Ultra-high-performance concrete is far stronger than normal concrete. It's designed to resist enormous compression, temperature changes, and desert conditions for decades. The steel at the top is lighter but incredibly strong, ensuring the upper floors don't overload the core. Every floor, every beam, every wall is a balance between weight, wind, and human safety. The foundation absorbs the desert's heat, the tower's weight, and even minor shifts in the soil. Together, it's a system built to survive forces most of us might never experience firsthand. Standing at the base, it's easy to feel small, but now you understand why. This isn't just a tower. It's an engineered mountain, anchored deep in the desert, ready to rise a full kilometer above the ground. Elevators and vertical transportation. Getting around a building this tall isn't as simple as taking the stairs or a normal elevator. Jeddah Tower uses some of the most advanced vertical transportation systems ever designed. It is important to understand that elevators use carbon fiber cables made by Cone. Unlike steel, these cables can span the full height without breaking under their own weight. That means passengers can travel safely and efficiently from the ground to the top floors. Some elevators are double-decked, so people can board 2 floors at once. Every elevator, every cable, every transfer point was tested to handle extreme temperatures, high speeds, and heavy loads. Imagine pressing a button and traveling hundreds of meters in seconds, all while the building sways slightly in the wind and feeling completely safe. That's what makes Jeddah Tower not just tall, but a fully functioning vertical city. Surviving the Saudi desert, living and working a kilometer above the desert isn't easy. The heat here can reach 50 degrees Celsius, and sandstorms whip across the city without warning. Jeddah Tower had to be designed to handle these extreme conditions. The tower's exterior is not just for looks. Its notched design creates shade along the walls, reducing heat on the inside. Special low-emissivity glass keeps sunlight out while letting people enjoy the view. Air conditioning systems recycle condensed water and even pull in cooler air from higher up, where temperatures drop naturally. Sandstorms are another challenge. The design helps prevent sand from building up on windows or damaging equipment. Every system, from ventilation to cooling to cleaning, was planned with the desert in mind. The result? A building that stays comfortable for residents, workers, and visitors, even while standing in one of the harshest climates on Earth. Jeddah Tower isn't just breaking height records, it's pushing the limits of sustainable living in extreme environments. A vertical city and what comes next. Step inside Jeddah Tower and you're entering a vertical city. Over 130 floors stacked on top of each other, the tower will host a Four Seasons hotel, more than 500 luxury residences, Class A offices, and the world's highest observation deck, over 2,100 feet up. The Sky Terrace on level 157 offers visitors a view that few humans have ever seen. The desert stretching to the horizon. Moving around this city is made easy by double-deck elevators and sky lobbies, connecting residents, workers, and visitors seamlessly. Construction is expected to finish around 2028 if it all goes smoothly. But even now in its construction stage, the tower is already a symbol of human ambition, innovation, and resilience. Every floor, every system, every design element is a piece of a building that redefines what's possible in architecture. Jeddah Tower isn't just a skyscraper, it's a testament to engineering excellence, a home for people, and a city literally reaching for the sky. The story isn't finished yet. The tower is still rising. Hit like and subscribe for more.